Hello, my goddesses. How's everyone doing? Day two from burnout to triple energy. I'm so excited to be here. Just gonna wait a couple of moments. Wait if you want to jump on online. If you are here, do say hello. I would absolutely love to know who is here. And of course, just a little housekeeping. If you're watching a replay, do hashtag replay as well. Introduce yourself, say hello. I would absolutely love to know if you've already seen the live. It always takes a little bit of time with Facebook sometimes for me to get the comments and stuff like that. So I always just wait for a minute or two. If you're watching a replay, you can always skip forward. Hi, Tanya. Hello. Awesome. It seems like you guys are here. You can see me, you can hear me. So let's begin without wasting any time. Like before, if you have any questions, any comments, anything which is activating you, any piece of information or words I say out loud and you feel really resonant towards and you're like, yes, I want more of this in my life. Sometimes even just affirming in the comments, which is almost like affirming to yourself that yes, I want this. Yes to the universe, yes to the God, yes to whoever it is that you believe in or you see. Basically just affirming is a very beautiful quality. And a lot of time I also find, I had a lot of wounding around how I related with women. I didn't have the great relationship with my mom and also with my stepmother. So what happened over time in my journey, in past 8 years, 12 years, is that I worked a lot on creating a very empowering sisterhood where I don't look at someone else succeeding and being like, oh my God, why does she have it? Why don't I have it? Instead, for me, everything changed when I looked at another woman growing, ascending, seeing success, financial abundance, anything which I don't have. I would send a signal to the universe that yes, I would love that as well in my life. I celebrate her, I see her, and I see the presence of abundance, of prosperity, of success in this world in her embodiment, because that's what it is, right? She has just embodied the frequency of abundance and prosperity before it has come to me, but it's available for me as well. And it's really beautiful to constantly be in that state of affirmation whenever your senses engage with something which you would like to embody or welcome more of in your life. Instead of like leaning back, you lean into it and you're like, I would love that too. So anything I say or anyone shares anything in the comments, or you in general in life, if you see anyone where you want yourself to be, always close your eyes for a moment and be like, I would love a little bit of that as well. I see her, I celebrate her. So hello everyone. Hi Soumya. Hi Vinaya. Okay, let's begin. Also, just reminding you again, if you engage, stay till the end, and there is a bonus of 2 days, 2-day workshop, which is called Slay Your Goals with Confidence. It comes with juicy workbooks. So at the end, you can just be like hashtag workbook, and either me or my assistant will send you the link in your DM of how to kind of access that. Also, if you want to book a call, if you want to join my 16-week one-on-one program, then do put in hashtag reach out and I will reach out to you or send you the link to book a call. Also celebrating a beautiful woman who said yes to her ascension, taking claim of exactly what she needs to manifest in her life to see that riches, the abundance and success at every single level. And she joined my one-on-one program. So now I only have 2 spots left at the scholarship price. So this is your chance. And also celebrating all the women who booked their calls yesterday. It takes a lot of courage and strength to be like, I am struggling or I would love some help. And, especially when we are in this field of coaching and healing and leadership, it takes a lot to be vulnerable and be like, I am not where I would like to be. And now I'm opening myself to a little bit more guidance and encouragement or courage or pathway towards getting to where I want to. So, congratulations. And I cannot wait to talk to you today later. Okay, day two. If you're watching this again, my name is, or sorry, if you are new to my live stream, my name is Damini Gallagher. I'm a feminine confidence activator, I'm purpose initiator, and I'm a feminine empowerment coach. At the times I'm not doing that, I'm an Indian classical dancer. That's my soul's passion. I spend a lot of time doing that. I live in between two countries to manifest that dream of mine. And I also have a beautiful 7-year-old son who goes to Montessori in Brisbane. So my life is pretty full on, quite rich, and that's why the need of clarity, confidence, and purpose, which are the three core pillars, three core things I teach women, is so important. The reason I'm able to wear so many hats, still be sane, be embodied in my feminine, in my well-being, not sacrifice, my self-worth, my self-care, and my ability to really be happy every single day is based on top of these three things: clarity, confidence, and sense of purpose. Every single day, I live in alignment to these three core things. And that's why I teach these things, because they have incredibly changed my life. So 8 years ago, I moved to Australia and I didn't know what I want. It's actually now been 10. And I was just constantly crippled by fear. I really didn't have any support from my parents. I knew that I didn't belong in India. I didn't like anything about India, which was at the end of just reflection of my own. I absolutely was in state of self-hatred. I didn't like my body. I didn't like my expression, but I just knew that I am here for more. I got to a place where a very severe PTSD entered my life, and that basically pushed me into this dark place. From there onwards, there were just two options. One was I give up, and I truly wanted to give up. I was seeing counselor 3 days a week. Or the other option was that I take fucking responsibility for my life and I'm no longer going to live my life on any other's terms other than my own. And that was the day I took really radical level, like I made a radical choice, and since then I've been unstoppable. I've worked as a model. I lived in Europe, I lived in America. I have a beautiful son. As I said before, I'm really living a life where I say 100% yes to each and everything. And there is not much you need to get there, but the things you need require a lot of in depth thought and understanding and awareness. And as I said yesterday, it's an everyday choice to be in devotion. It's an everyday choice to show up for yourself, to show up for your dreams, to show up for your vision. I am not here for quick gains, quick fixes. I do believe in quantum ascension. That's why I've been able to create a multi $6, six-figure business in such a short period of time. I was just gonna say $1 million. That's probably coming very soon. That's why I just rolled off my tongue. But I do believe in quantum ascension, quantum manifestation, which I co-create with divine, but it didn't happen because I wanted that. And there's a huge difference. Sometimes we see other people succeeding and we think, oh, maybe just, that's what she wanted. That's why it happened. No, it didn't happen because I desired success in a short period of time. It's just that I really chose myself. I chose my dreams. I chose not to give in to fear, to conditioning, to my parents telling me that I am, just made for a job, or I should just, go and work for someone else. And I was like, no, I am going to choose my voice. I'm going to choose my trust in myself. This is what I want to also give to my child. I want to be the embodiment of what I want to teach him. This is my gift to the world, and I'm going to stick to it. And if it is not working out at times, I'm going to make it fucking work. And I'm going to do whatever it takes to create my reality, which just exists in here or in some fifth dimension, into a 3D living reality, right? Because there is one reality we dream of, we think of, we, really tap into in our cacao ceremony or in our women's circle. And it's completely different to live it every single day. And I was like, until I get to the living part of it, I am not stopping. And that conviction, that clarity, that courage, that momentum is what just led to a beautiful success in a very short period of time. But that was never the goal. That was never the point of focus. Awesome. So I did a lot of inner work on my path here. I'm a certified Vedic counselor. As I said, I'm also a professional Indian classical dancer. I did Vipassana meditation. I delved into flotation tanks. That is something I still even do. I delve into Tantra. So 3 months in a year, I go to ancient Indian temples and I go into the esoteric meaning and embodiment of the goddesses in our tantric tradition, not the new day and age tantra, but really tapping into what tantra means at its fundamental level from my roots. I'm a certified Ayurvedic lifestyle consultant, and I've really worked with the fundamental level of vibration. And I'm truly non-judgmental and I'm honest and caring because I know what it takes to slay your inner demons, your shadow, your self-doubt, your conditioning, and really, really rise above into the pure embodiment of a warrioress, into a pure embodiment of a priestess, of a goddess. And I've been through it all, and I still go through it all every time I choose to ascend or go to next level, right? So there is no judgment, there is no shame in the struggles, in the lows, and there is no attachment and egotistical jerking off when I'm in my high. It's all part of this divine journey. And in Tantra, we say that it's all a beautiful divine dance of the goddess. And that's what path of feminine is, right? It's the path to really live through it all and to go through the shit and rise above. So that's what I'm here for. That's what I preach. And that's what I teach all my beautiful clients. As a result, my clients reach 6 figures, 7 figures, they grow their business, they develop the most juicy relationships, the most authentic relationship with themselves, with others, they ascend, they open their throat, they communicate so much better. I have literally clients would who would not have a strong relationship between their yoni, between their passion and their ability to clearly articulate, which will kind of go a little bit deeper into it because that's very important if you're feeling stuck. So this second day of the masterclass is going to help you if you are showing up to your work on an autopilot, battling with chronic, I just feel so tired, I'm so exhausted, I can't be fucked. If you're waking up with the uncertainty towards the next client, next opportunity, next win, if you have all the kind of strategies in your business in place, but still you're like, why the fuck this is not working? Why am I not evolving? Why am I not moving forward? Why am I feeling stuck? If you're asking yourself this question, then that's what I'm here for. If you're experiencing irregular, unpredictable energy levels in your body and in your mind, or you're feeling fatigue or more sleepy than general, there is this like draggy feeling of like fatigue and just tiredness, then we are going to go to the root cause of that. And visibility. Any business will, you know, any business which succeeds truly is the one which is visible, is the one which is able to truly articulate exactly what is it that they do, how they solve someone's problem. One of my business coaches ages ago, my second ever business coach, she said, don't stop until you find a message, until you find something you want to share with the world, you're comfortable going to the top floor of a building and like scream from the roof that this is what I do. And when you find that, that is when the world listens to you. that is when people come to you. They feel magnetic, you know. Why? Because you you have really gone to the depth of what is it that you desire, but not just opened up that intuitive channel, but also the ability to really articulate exactly what it is. This, your voice, is one of the biggest gifts, right? This is what creates this inner, or merges this inner reality with the outer reality. So when there is incoherence between the two, or we are not able to really articulate what is it that we want, that is when the stagnation happens, because the energy is stagnant within. You are desiring one thing deep down, but what you are doing is not in coherence. It's not in congruence. So we have to basically work on that. And if your relationship and responsibilities are just feeling a little bit draggy and you're feeling all the time on edge, so if you're there, then yes, this day two is gonna help. Oh, hi Colette. Hello. I'm just looking at you guys' comments every now and then. Otherwise, I'm just usually channeling and tuning into what I want to share, because there's so much of it. Okay, so what are we covering today? Secret to double your ability to concentrate and focus. And second one is how to 3x your energetic capacity and stamina, meaning more inner freedom, more projects, more employees, more clients, more fulfilling relationship. With the clarity and the confidence, you'll be able to take on more without feeling weighed down. As I said yesterday, universe will only deliver as much as you can handle. If you don't have the energetic capacity to take on more subconsciously, energetically, the things don't come. Okay, the only time when you tune into, and that's why I said I co-create with divine. No way I would ascend at the speed I do if I was just alone or operating from my egotistical mind. I really sit down, I co-create with divine. Even before this live stream today, I closed my eyes and I was like, I want to connect with women. I want to inspire women. I want to make them feel activated and alive, and make them realize that it's still possible for them to reach the stage which they dream of, right? And please bless my throat, bless my words, so every word which comes out is in service to that intention. I am not doing this alone, even right now. It's constantly in alignment with the divine, and I work in conjunction with divine. Yes, stellar strategy. Yes, 30, 40,000, 50,000 paid to business coaches in the last couple of years. Of course, I've made 3 times, 4 times what I invested, but I am not against, I'm not saying this is just all woo-woo. Like, yes, you need strategy. Yes, you need backbone. Yes, you need to be clear with your numbers and where you are going. Structure, discipline, goal setting, intention. Yes, yes, yes to all of that. But beyond all of that is the energetics. Beyond all of that is the base, is the spirituality. So, first one, ditch the constant grind to be in the state of perfectionism. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. If the desire to be perfect with everything you are doing in your business or in your relationships or even as a motherhood, you know, because sometimes, like, I know I had this struggle initial stages of my motherhood where I was just like, I want to be my mother-in-law, or I want to do things like my mother did, and they had certain expectations and they used to tell me how I should be a mother, and there was just like this desire to really perform as a mother, to really perform as a businesswoman, to really perform in a relationship, in bed as a woman. That performance aspect needs to really take a back seat. If you want to commit yourself to a legacy, to an empire, to a business which is bigger than your ego, bigger than you as an individual, of course, it stems from you as an individual, but if it's really shining light upon the entire freaking globe, if it's calling in women, men, children, whoever your ideal audience is from all over the world, you better really release the desire to perform, the desire to be perfect. And perfectionism, which is not really coming from curiosity. So I'm an Indian classical dancer. It's a 10-year road, right? Like a 10-year syllabus for me to reach a certain stage in my dance. And I'm 4.5 years in. I strive for perfection. I strive for perfection in my live streams, in my copy, in my business, in my dance. But it's coming from the desire of wanting to gain mastery, not to perform, not comparison, not judgment, not self criticism, not trying to be good or trying to prove to an older self of mine, which is just the voice of my parents or my teachers or the conditioning I have gone through. So when we are in that stage of performing and constantly wanting to be perfect, it's really coming from not feeling enough and constantly proving to ourselves that I'm good enough, I can do this. That is what's burning you out. That is what's keeping you stuck. That's what's holding you back from not being the magnetic embodiment of a powerful manifester, right? Just making sure it's all happening. Awesome. So you want to really focus on purpose, your passion, and progress. When you work on purpose, passion, and progress, all the beautiful P's, you will get to the layer of success. But when you're constantly in performance or perfectionism, if that's the goal again, it's not going to happen. Perfectionism is inevitable, actually. If you stick with an art form over a long period of time, you're going to get really fucking good at it. But again, as I said in the start of the live stream, that should never be the focus. That is one of the symptoms, right? And the fact is, goddess, you are manifesting every day. So are you manifesting in alignment to what you deeply desire? Like right now, by tuning into this, by giving your attention to my words, you are opening up a portal of reality. Now, whether you feed that portal with action, with determination, with dedication, right, with devotion, oh my God, so many D's. If you're feeding that reality, it's going to keep on growing. But if you take your attention back from that and go again into the shadow of perfectionism, performance, push, prove, shame, guilt, then that is the kind of reality which is going to manifest. You are doing it every single day, right? It's really bringing that awareness, really bringing that presence to that reality, and stop self-sabotaging and really cut the noise and walk towards what's my purpose, what am I here to do, what's the difference I'm going to make in the world. And from that passion, you make progress one step at a time. Okay, so I would love you to put in comments. Have you ever felt like you are stuck in that never-ending quest for perfectionism or performance or push and prove, and constantly living to just meet that impossible standard, which is either created by you or created by, your parents or your teachers or your peers or other girlfriends at some time, where they just like always gave you that mirror for comparison. Have you been there? And if yes, do comment what that really felt like for you and what kind of reality that really created. And is even a little bit residual of that voice within you right now? Yes. And sometimes it even just helps to close your eyes right now and just be like, I release, I release, I release any of that. Even in life coaching, even in the field of healing or life coaching or helping people or counseling, it again plays out because then we start judging, am I good enough healer? Am I good enough life coach? Am I good enough business coach? It's again starts, maybe what's wrong with me that things are not working out, right? So when that again language comes or thoughts come, it's kind of like downward spiral from there onwards. Next one. Now, this one, tell me if you really resonate with this, because this has been one of the biggest pivotal point in my business, what I have gained mastery on over time, and what I really help women with. As a feminine embodiment, as a feminine leader, I cannot stick to just one messaging in my business, just one product over a really long period of time if it's not in alignment to my values, to my essence, to my creativity. I'm a very creative, feminine, flowy being. I'm constantly like flowing with the ideas. I'm constantly integrating new knowledge. But then a came where I was like, well, how do I reach success if I'm constantly chopping and changing? Right? Because in market, it's all about stick to one thing, which, yes, I always come up with one thing, but that one thing changes as I evolve. So I literally dedicated 3 years of like constantly tuning into other business coaches, the one I really resonated with, and learning with them how do I create a strong channel between my intuition and my ability to articulate it in a way which is potent, which is, a beautiful product, which is packaged nicely, delivered beautifully, and in service to the woman I really want to see ascend. And it's a skill, it's a mastery. And as I worked on that, literally my success quadrupled because now I can come up with an idea, feel intuitively into it, and I only need 48 hours to package it beautifully in my brand, articulate it, use my words. In tantric, in tantric world, we have this beautiful goddess called Saraswati, and she sits on your tongue. She wears this white clothes. She holds a beautiful veena in her hand, which is a musical instrument, and she's the goddess of education, of literacy. And I was like, how do I articulate? I did communication courses. I opened my throat, and I really created a stellar strategy of how do I create that flow of energy again, because I would literally feel in my body that I'm coming up with ideas, I'm conjuring up all these forces, I'm going through ascension, but then when it's coming, wanting to come out, because that's what needs to come out for me to again feel in flow of energy in my body, I'm stuck because I can't articulate. I'm stuck because I'm going backwards and then thinking and self-sabotaging. I had this beautiful call yesterday with a client, and she was like, I don't think I'm good enough. When I enter she's a corporate, beautiful lady, works in a corporate wanting to start a business. And she was like, I don't know, like when I enter that boardroom, I just feel so dumb, and I just feel I'm constantly doubting myself. I don't think I'm good enough. There's this constant voice of lack. It's like there's that constant voice of lack because the condition and the messaging you're wanting to share with the world is not existent in that boardroom anymore. So your intuition, your body is giving you the signal, this is not for me. You are not listening to it, or worse than that, we don't even know how to articulate it and really be like, oh, is this a successful idea? Is this actually a palatable idea? We're not able to do that. And what happens is then we go back into that state of self-sabotage and we doubt our intuition. We doubt our feelings. We doubt our thoughts because that skill set of articulation is kind of not solidified. So that's a huge thing I take my clients through, where I help them really articulate their intuition into a potent message which lands for the woman, which connects with the woman, right? And without that, without the articulation, the co-creation with this 3D world is not possible. When you go into older yugas in Vedas, right, we had ability to connect with people beyond our words. Our consciousness was lighter, our consciousness was much more expansive, so the words were not needed. But where we are right now, we call it Kali Yuga in Vedas. It's like the consciousness in general is much more denser. So what we find is that we need to use our language, and even when we use our language, people doubt our intention, right? So it's like the distortion of human consciousness has gone to a level where we're not even able to trust really what we are seeing because our intuitive abilities are not there. I'm sure you guys are not there if you're here. I'm sure you're a beautiful awakened woman, but again, like really, how do we connect? how do we connect? How do we articulate? How do we open up that channel is really, really important to move through that stagnation. So once you have clarity around your vision, your purpose, your passion, where you are going, what is that your soul is wanting, now comes that part of strategy, the part of skill set and mastery is like, how do I share now this with the world in the most potent, practical, effective, beautiful way? So, as beautiful healers, mystics, and spiritual women, our intuition holds a lot of potential and a lot of power. But have you ever felt stuck because you couldn't find the right words to really express your inner shifts or transformation? Like, I would love to know what is your experience with that connection. Mm. Yep, yep. Yep. Yes, I know, Talia, and we are so looked down upon. I mean, it's like people were like, "Oh my God, you can't do that." I still remember my ex-husband. He's a neuroscientist, and he's also a beautiful coach. And I remember he was like, how you expect to make money if you're constantly changing your message? I was like, I'm gonna fucking get mastery over this because this affects my health. If I do not speak out loud exactly what I want to share with the world and what the shift I've gone through, because as feminine force, we are fast, right? Like we think feminine is slowing down because that is when feminine's been suppressed for a really long time within ourselves. We feel this urge to slow down. But in its reality, in its true potency, feminine energy is all what's manifested. Shakti is fast as fuck. It's the most potent life force which exists on this planet, and the life comes out of this. So I was like, if I want to be one with that power, I better fucking, figure out a way to really articulate what is it that I want, how I want to share it, how I want to package it up, and then like move the force. And then more I did it, the more I gained mastery over it. The ideas just dropped in more. I shared it more. When it was no longer in service, it's like, okay, I've served these women. I'm done. Okay, now I'm gonna clear my system. It's new ascension. Still gonna have to articulate. Yeah, yeah. Yes, I know we can do this for others, but with ourselves, we are just like, also we become one, sometimes our sense of self-worth and all of that is really attached to our message. So we doubt ourselves more and trust in others more. So we are able to like really flow into like to do that for them. The next is the path of devotion. I know that I said it so many times, I've probably covered it because I do have my notes here. That's why I'm probably like looking up and down because I want to make sure that I'm covering every single thing. I have a lot of juicy stuff. And yesterday actually night, I sat down and I was like, I'm going to change the copy because I'm tuning into the women who are turning up to this, batch of live. And I was like, I want to really like create something which help them progress further. And make them like more inspired towards really take that action towards their dream, towards their goal. So I have a lot of juicy content, so I want to make sure that I'm covering all of it. So I do have my notes here. Again, the path of devotion, I'm just going to say it again so it's really seeping into your subconscious. And I'm sorry if you're like, oh my God, she's repeated this so many times. But yes, don't just have a love affair with your dream. Don't just have a love affair with your intuition. Don't just have love affair with the divine messaging you are getting. Be devoted to it. Be committed to it. I said yesterday to, on my Instagram story, I was like, and my older client, she is like going much more into the affiliate marketing and stuff like that. We worked together about 2 years ago, and and she was like, "Oh, would you like to consider that?" And I was like, "I am in my business. I am devoted to my business, and just because something more shiny has come through, I'm not abandoning. I'm not abandoning my creation." And that is my core value. I'm in devotion to my art. My art is only like only 2% of even Indian population understand Indian classical art because it's 2000-year-old art form. So it's very ancient. It requires a lot of discipline, and there's almost zero external validation because people don't understand it. It's not like Bollywood and hip hop. It's a very devotional dance, and it's science, so it comes into Natya Shastra. So it requires a lot of dedication, lifetimes of dedication, and really sticking through it when things get really hard. And I was like, just because there's another art form which is like, shiny, that shiny object syndrome, I'm not leaving it. I'm in devotion, and I'm going to figure out the way to rise into power if I'm not in it right now, right? So, and that led me to also be keep my energetic field really clear. Right now, we are in a world where when you open your Facebook, open your Instagram, there's just thousand ways and thousand people giving their opinion of how what you are doing is not good. The pain-based marketing. What you are doing is not good enough. You should come to me. Yesterday, I was listening to one of the lives in other groups, and she was like, I was in the entrepreneurial world for first couple of years, and then I failed so hard. And you know what I mean, like struggling entrepreneurs. I was like, couple of years is nothing. What do you mean, couple of years? What are you in this for? My business is my soul. It's my soul's message. It's my gift to the world. It's my individualistic blueprint I want to share with this planet. And I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna stop whether zero people turn up on my live or four people turn up on my live or no one turns up. It doesn't matter. I am here for it, and I'm going to show up, and I'm going to hold the energetic embodiment for it, right? And that is the conviction, that is the clarity, and the energetic embodiment you need to be the magnetic force, to be the manifesting force, right? The shadow feminine, the passive feminine, she sits and she thinks and she kind of dwells into that waiting zone, like waiting for things to happen. I step into the creatrix zone, and I'm like, I'm going to create, I'm going to share, I'm going to show up, right? And consistency. So with devotion comes consistency. I read this study, and the study showed that burnout, like they did this beautiful study with entrepreneurs, and they saw that the entrepreneurs who are working for an untainted vision or goal, which could be just money. Money is the bloodline of your business. I'm not discounting it. Business acumen, money acumen is a huge thing I teach my clients. But when when your intention is kind of based in that fear or scarcity, or money is the main focus, then a lot of our actions are coming from that lack or coming from that subconscious, right? So what's happening is that the burnout is happening because we are trying to be a coach, we are trying to be a leader, we are trying to do all these things, which we are not being the embodiment. But then when they studied this other group, which was, the passion was the love for their business, the love for their vision, the love for their product, for their service, they put the exact same amount of work. They were even working 24/7, around the clock, like some of the business people work, but they never felt the burnout. Their effort kind of felt effortless. They even worded out differently. They said that they felt in flow. And the same amount of work when the people were doing, with the absence of the passion, purpose, vision, clarity, they were like, the same amount of work just felt like drag. And it felt like, oh my God, every single day. And this is something I felt in my life personally. I shared my story with you yesterday. That's what I felt. I was like, when I am not connected with my message, when I'm not connected with what needs to come through my divine channel and not able to articulate it, that is when I reach the state of burnout. That is when all the self-doubt, self-sabotage, I'm not good enough, this is not for me, all that surfaces up because my consciousness doesn't have anything to latch onto. So it just latches onto the fear, which is very normal. Oh, thank you, Tanya. Thank you so much. So the next one and the last one I want to share with you is the radical honesty with oneself. As I said, you are manifesting right now. So how do you shift your timeline is the first step, right? The first step is honesty. Be okay to make mistakes. Be okay to be like, oh my God, I really took a big detour there, you know? And sometimes that detour looks 6 months, 1 year. Okay, that's fine. I accept I made mistake. Now I release it. I'm back on track, right? It's like what that ability to forgive yourself, to accept the humanness within you, but be honest. And your ego, that ego which puts us on pedestal, you know, in the initial start of my career, I found like when my clients have seen like I literally have 99% strike rate with results. If I choose to work with someone and they're in my field, they're the you know, giving up and losing is not an option because I hold that energetic embodiment in the most beautiful, nurturing, integrated way, right? And we work with beautiful goddesses to really, you know, bring that reality to life. But initially, like my ego was like, oh, if you make a mistake, that can't be a mistake, right? Like, and even though the inner voice is just like, don't do this, Minnie, don't go down this path. I don't think this is good. No, you know, and there's this inner anarchy between my ego and my highest self. And what I've realized, the more humble I am with my own self, with others, the more I accept my mistakes, the more I'm like, okay, I did fuck it up. Okay, I'm back into it. Like that is what shifts the timeline. Your honesty, your clarity, your vulnerability will, you know, release that stuckness within you, which is going to bring back the energetics needed to propel that action towards the reality you're wanting to create. So, what if you dropped all the should haves you are carrying? All the should haves right now in your business, just like with your body, just like release it. And it's like, what if I dropped every should have, every, you know, contract I've put on myself, which is unnecessary? And now I really focus on my highest inner voice. I take responsibility for my life. I show up and I add that sparkle of divine quantum creation and strategy and move forward one step at a time to build the empire and lifestyle I ever desired. What would that feel like? Feel into that reality right now, even if you can, a little bit for a couple of seconds. And I would love you to drop in comments, yes, 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 I'm ready for that reality. I'm ready for that shift in my consciousness. And if you're finding it hard to, you know, visualize or you think a little bit like icky about it, it's okay. But, you know, really tapping into, wow, I'm tapping back into my dreams. Because as I said yesterday, the energy of getting out of fear and scarcity and even healing is very different to the energy of creating something else. It's like one is, okay, I need to go in, and the one is, okay, I am ready to rise up. I am healed. I am complete. Because, you know, with even with that, something I've, you know, because I had to heal a lot in my life as well. But what I realized is that until unless I don't have a vision and I'm moving towards something which seems a little bit impossible and uncertain, but I would love that. I don't even know what parts of me to heal, right? Because it's like it's a complete different ballpark. It's a complete different reality where you're really tuning into. And when you tune into that, it's like, and you step into it and you start taking action and you're in the playing field, that's when you go, oh, this part of my body is weak. Okay, now I'm performing in front of 300, 400, 500 people. I need to work on this. Okay, clearly my confidence was not there. My hands were shivering and they were nervous. Okay, I need to work on my breathing. But until unless I'm in that playing field and envisioning and stepping into that new reality, I'm just healing the parts which led me to this reality. Do you know what I mean? So even that, sometimes we get it backwards. So really going into what's the next stage, stepping into it, embodying your creatrix energy, and then seeing what are the things which needs to be healed and needs to be kind of like recentered. Because at the end of the day, the whole point of healing is to really bring you in that state of completeness, into that state of empowered creatrix, divine, beautiful, present flow, where there's no strings, no space in your body and your consciousness of lack, of shadow, and it's all out and it's all empowered, right? That's the intention of healing. So, what if you could do that and move forward right now? What if you could really step into your creatrix zone right now? What would that really feel like? And really tap into that reality. So when I work with my clients, when I work with women either one-on-one or in group, these are the three phases I take them through. The first one is vitality, second is clarity, third is confidence. In vitality, I really focus on the calm, focused, decisive mind, which includes, you know, going into the gunas in Ayurveda, really understanding how your mind is working and kind of where it really goes in its autopilot. So bringing it out of that habit pattern and bringing it to the present, and then really focusing on creating that energetic, light, beautiful body and inside out. I don't mean just outside, just inside beauty. And again, I do that by using Ayurveda, seeing how energies work with you. Do you have more fire or air or earth or water? And how can we really balance it out in your routines, in your day-to-day life, so that you can really incentivize on the unique blueprint of your energy and of your individuality and make the most out of it. The second stage is clarity. So what are you here to give to the world? What is your soul's purpose? What is your dharma? Really go deep down, take a deep dive into it. And it takes me a couple of sessions to really go on a vision questing, which I call, and really like bringing out through the layers of conditioning and scarcity and fear. And it's like, what's beneath all of that? Then clear boundaries, aligned vision. It's a huge part to like really, create an energetic, beautiful bubble around you where no external forces of like lack or conditioning or anything kind of comes to you. And you're just like, I'm in my lane, I'm moving forward with the protection, with the love, and with the clarity towards what is it that my creation is in this world. And the third is, what do you love? So what makes you alive? What is your soul's passion? What is the messaging? That is when the branding kind of aspect comes into your business. And then the third aspect is all around confidence. Until unless you don't have the confidence to really birth the what's happening within you outside of you, the co-creation feels stuck. It's all kind of happening inside. We are ascending, we are growing, but we don't kind of know how to articulate it and put it outside. So that is when comes, working on your messaging, opening your throat, doing communication mastery, really opening up this channel so you're able to really feel into something and articulate and present it out to the world. Creating unwavering inner masculine containment. So your discipline, goal orientation, time management, one step at a time, not in a patriarchal, toxic masculine way, but really working on that inner masculine energy. So you can hold yourself and contain yourself through the ups and downs, and your feminine can really just flourish like this beautiful flower comes out in a pot when you give it all the manure and take care of the sunlight, how many hours in sunlight, how many hours in the greenhouse. That all is a masculine mind, right? So really working on that aspect. Untainted sensual expression, so really ability to express yourself without watching your p's and q's, and really opening up again that channel of the expression. And then the last one and the most important one, which is literally the first one when we talk about goddess Lakshmi, is Dhairy Lakshmi. Courage, making big moves, making courageous actions, being okay to fail, get up again, move again. That ability to do that over and over and over again, and finessing your art and mastery, is a core aspect of what I do with my clients, right? So being really working on, yes, amazing, Colette. Yes, Tanya, amazing. So really working on that aspect. So if you are really ready to step into that aspect of you as an individual, if you're ready to ditch any constant grind, that push and pull energy, it's really important to create that strong connection with yourself, be clear around your vision, with your intuition, tap in the ability to articulate and birth that intuition into reality using your voice, using your intellect, your mind in the most coherent, decisive, focused way, working with consistency and devotion. So not just, the love affairs, but really being devoted to your dreams, to your vision, and doing whatever it takes to birth them into reality, and getting radically honest in acceptance if things are not working out, and then looking for the solution, acting upon it, and going out in the world again with that sense of confidence and courage. So if you want to shift from the burnout, from the confusion into the clarity, confidence, and purpose, I told you those are the three things I help women with, then do send me a message if you really want to kick that, I'm not good enough, I can't do this, your confidence is kind of really down, the clarity is not there, chaos is kind of a little bit taking over, then this is the time to really step into a beautiful containment within yourself. I'm not saying you can't do it with yourself, but if you do it with someone else, of course, you do create quantum results. You do move much more faster and much more magical, and more than anything, with the divine support and guidance. I mean, as a feminine being, that's a huge thing for me. So book your call. There's a goddess breakthrough call, which is there's a link above, or you can just right now comment hashtag reach out, and I'll make sure that I will send you the link to the call for the for talking to me for 45 minutes one-on-one. In this call, I'll tell you exactly 3 blind spots, okay, where you are holding yourself back and you're not moving forward. Now you can go away then, take that, do it yourself, but then if you choose to make that difference in your life with me and do it in a supportive, juicy, guided, courageous, amazing way, then there is $2,222 scholarship right now for working one-on-one with me. There is about $3,000 bonuses included in the program. You get lifetime access to my online course, The Revival Code. You get a one-on-one astrology session to really unlock your superpowers in your business. So really seeing, and not any astrology, Jyotisha, which is Indian astrology, really look at your chart and see what your superpowers are. You get 10 one-on-one 60 to 75-minute sessions with me in which they're super action oriented, soul activating, forward focused. We work on your voice, we work on your confidence, courage, all of that. And in between, you also get voice messages, text support. And I really move fast. So if you're ready to really tap into that Shakti, into that energy, then this is your chance. And I'm really, really calling in women who are all in, who are heck yes to success, to ascension. So I cannot wait to talk to you. If my clients, Emily, Rebecca, Maria, all these clients, they were feeling stuck and they really rose into their power, into the most amazing embodiment of feminine. They, found success in their business, they increased their revenue, their relationships got better than ever, they got clarity, and now they're literally making change all around the globe in their expertise. If they can do it, I can do it. So can you. You're not in this earth to just suffer and struggle or simply exist. You're here to really feel aligned, make a difference, and share your message with the world. So I cannot wait to talk to you if you're ready. And I will see you guys soon. If you have any other questions as well, of course, you can drop them in the comments. Otherwise, you can book the call via the link above in the description. Sending you all lots of love. Goodbye for now.